live right now with Miss Brenda Roher, and I am Moon from Pipe Dreams and Pearls. I am your host. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I'm just going to give it a few minutes for everybody to get logged in and see that we're here. Brenda, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. You look wonderful. I love it.
Thank you. Feeling good too.
So anyone that's just logging in, I just want you to type in the chat if you can hear us, if you can see us. I'm still testing out this streaming service, so who knows what we're really looking like on Facebook, but that's okay. We're going for it, right, Brenda?
We are. In fact, I'm watching on Facebook right now and I don't see it, just so you know.
Oh, really? Let's see what's going on. All right, but anyway, let's do this. What we're going to do is I want to go ahead and just let everyone get onto the chat. I'm enabling it right now. See, show chat. And we are live. I'm going to type something here just to see if anybody can see me. All right. All right. Wonder if it's going. Let's see. Let's see. I just typed in there that we're live and it says we're live. So let's do it, Brenda. All right.
Okay.
I see us. Okay, so once again, my name is Moon Thomas. I am the host of Pipe Dreams and Pearls. I am so honored tonight to have my guest, Miss Brenda Rower. She is one of the owners, and she is very, very involved in a great system that is called Uforia Science, and it is very, very in depth. I mean, I was very intrigued when we first talked, Brenda, about your system and how it really is really based on your DNA. And I just want to know more because I honestly feel like right now during this pandemic, a lot of people are home. People are, looking for ways to still stay in shape, be healthy, and even lose weight because, there's such thing as COVID weight as far as I've been told. And, I know personally I've partaken in that at least 12 since
Ooh.
the last year, which is it's kind of crazy. So, just tell me a little bit about your system and Euphora Science.
Okay. So Euphoria Science is like amazing. I stumbled across this company almost 2 years ago. Um, I was put into a position many years ago to become a caretaker.
Nice.
And like most women and caretakers, we kind of put ourselves very last on the list of people to take care of. And before I knew it, I was a size 16. I was over 200 pounds. I had five herniated discs in my back and neck, and my inflammation levels were off the charts. And I was like, okay, it's now time for self care because
Right.
if I'm not doing well, how am I supposed to take care of everybody else? So I went on this mission of basically finding a solution for myself. I had done every diet under the sun, couldn't lose weight. In fact, I even gained weight. I gained 14 pounds on keto.
Mm.
Everybody looked at me like, well, you're not following the system. I'm like, let me tell you something. I
Hmm.
am really good at this kind of stuff. When I put my mind to something, I follow it to a T. I actually track. I'm a Weight Watchers member. Like I track and track and track. Nothing. Okay. So what did I do? After going through all kinds of steps and blood work and hormone work and this and that, one of my doctors, my functional doctors, said to me, "Why don't we do a DNA test? Let's get the blueprint of what your body is really saying." Well, so I stumbled across Euphoria Science because they had the different technique or technology than any other DNA testing company. They customize a plant based supplement for you based on your own DNA.
Wow.
I was like blown away by this. Okay. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it. Now, my husband, he sees what I'm going to do and he's like, count me in because he's the reason that I've gotten to this point. Okay.
Right.
He's the one I'm taking care of. So we go in this journey together. And within the first year, okay, so it's a process. Every 4 months, your cells replicate. So after 4 months, I saw a big change. After 8 months, I saw a big change. By the ninth month, oh my God, the weight for me just started falling off me. So what I learned was I inherited the variant from my parents for the inflammation gene, the
What?
weight management gene, free radical defense. Okay. So these are all things that no wonder why my body's not working. Okay.
Right.
It needed support. Okay. It needed some sort of other support. So I have been able to reduce my inflammation by 80%. For the first time in over 15 years, I am playing tennis again.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I am not going to tell you that I'm completely pain free, but 80%. I mean, I'm sitting here talking to you right now with a little bit of discomfort, but hey, listen, if you saw what my spine looked like in an x ray, you'd be like, in fact, the chiropractor goes, girl, I don't know how you're doing what you do. You play tennis? How do you do that? And I go,
What?
well, I put on my sneakers, I pick up my racket, and I hit the ball, you know.
Right.
But I can now, which is
And so
amazing.
let me just ask you a question because literally this is so amazing. I've never heard of this company. And it's like a best kept secret if you ask me, because just in general, I'm gonna just speak from my, my experience or from my background in, you know, people of color typically, certain health and ailments that are, issues and conditions such as like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. I mean, why is it that we're just now finding out about this? Or why, what is it that we can do to spread the word? Because I think this would really help so many people that are battling with certain just, just everyday situations that you're saying could have been hereditary or things that could have actually been maybe prevented or, prolonged. So when you're saying that, your cells replicate and things of that nature, so are you saying this is something like you can do to reverse some of these certain conditions?
Question. I love that, Moon. So, what we do is we test 18 actionable genes. Keyword action. We could take action against these genes.
Okay.
And we test cholesterol, blood pressure, homocysteine, which is your heart health. We test things for oxidative stress, which has a lot to do with Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's, your autoimmune. Okay, how many people have autoimmune, illnesses?
Right.
These are all things. If you treat your body and give it the proper fuel,
Yeah.
okay, kind of like a car. If you put crap into your car, it's not going to work right. Same thing with our bodies. If you put crap into us, we're not going to work right.
Right.
We're all guilty of putting crap into our bodies. So how do we counteract that? Okay. So we give it a plant. Okay. Food. We're talking
Mhm.
vegetables. We're talking fruits. We give it, herbs. And the whole concept is how much do you need? You know, so like for instance, I was suffering from inflammation.
Right.
Well, here's the problem. I was taking 300 milligrams of turmeric.
Okay.
What I learned was because we're customized right down to the micromilligram, I needed, in order to fight my inflammation, I needed 179 milligrams of the combination turmeric, curcumin, and bamboo extract.
Really? Oh my
Right
gosh. So it's that like down to the
down
millisecond.
milligram. And
Wow.
it's just incredible. And you show people some of the stuff that's in there and they're like, wow, that's great. Like for I mean mushrooms. Mushrooms are huge. I don't eat mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms,
Right.
but one of my genes required mushrooms. So, and
Wow.
I think it's 4 or 5 different types of mushrooms to support that particular gene.
So is this supplement something that you just take one time? Do you have to keep taking it for the rest of your life? Do you I mean, what's the recommendation or what is it that you have found from your own experience that works?
So that's a really good question too. So think about this. How many people are on blood pressure medication for their life, the rest of their lives? Cholesterol
Right.
medication for the rest of their lives. My own husband's been on 3 different blood pressure meds, 2 different cholesterol meds, 2 different diabetes meds,
Hmm.
aspirin, Plavix. Oh, and don't forget, because of all the illnesses, antidepressants too. So we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars a year, right? And he's been on them forever, you know, because that's what you need to do. So switch it over. Take a supplement for the rest of your life. Most people I know They all take
Right.
vitamin C, they take a multivitamin, they take this, they take that. So instead, are you ready? I'm going to show you my secret.
Okay.
This is for me. Okay? Check this out.
Wow.
This is made for me. Nobody else. It's got my name on it, and this is mine. Okay? It's all about you.
Right. So basically, your supplement wouldn't work for your husband because
Nope.
his DNA is different than yours. I love it. I
Yep.
love that it's so customized down to the science that it is made just for you. And so, what about the fact that we talked about this before, briefly when we were, just connecting before the podcast, and you were saying there was a connection between vitamin E and then COVID?
No, vitamin D.
Oh, vitamin D. Sorry. Yes.
So
So,
vitamin D is really it's just so important for our immune systems.
mhm,
And as you mentioned earlier, think about the numbers and the percentages of the people that are unfortunately dying.
right,
Okay? First you have the older people.
right,
Again, as we age, everything in our body changes. They're
right.
not getting enough vitamin D.
Mhm.
You yourself, people of color, you're
And
not
that is also something that really is rampant, or just a really it's just common in the African American community, a low vitamin D or
getting.
deficiency. I know I've even had to take supplements myself, even, and I am, I want to consider myself young and healthy.
Yeah.
So I understand where that disconnect. But so you're saying in this particular formula, if it was customized and I needed more vitamin D, that would be added into that particular formula for me, right?
Exactly, because one of the genes we test for is the vitamin D. What do we call that? Vitamin D receptor.
Wow.
I can actually show
And
you.
then the vitamin D, you said also it does affect your mood.
Look at this. This is what your DNA test looks like. How cool is that?
What?
Yep. So these are what we test, and you see these yellows and those reds and those yellows. So the green means that you did not inherit the variant from either parent. The yellow means you got it from one parent, and red means you got it from both parents.
What?
How
So if
cool.
you have it from both parents and you have a higher chance of actually, you said that particular gene
Mhm.
presenting itself to where you'll actually have that affect you. So I love how you can be proactive if you knew, like if you knew what was coming down the line, possibly, or if you know it's in your family, but you're not sure how that's affecting you, because you were saying how your daughter may have picked up something different than your mom, and
Mhm.
everyone's report came back and you were like, okay, so I'm more susceptible to this and I'm more likely to get this. So this particular supplement would help me now to maybe prolong that or even possibly avoid that. Is that true?
100%. The whole
Wow.
key is get it before it happens.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like I always say, so my husband is diabetic. Like I said, heart attacks, strokes. I mean, the gamut. Okay.
Right.
First of all, we've taken him off of more than half of his medication just by giving him supplements.
This is
Okay.
amazing.
Doing better today than he has done in, years and years, pretty as long as I know him. But think about this, okay? I
Right.
would look at his son and say, look in the mirror because that's your future.
That
You
is
need to
true.
be
That is
proactive.
true.
Get to the gym, do what you got to do. You know, my earring
So
just
I
fell.
do like that you just mentioned that. I don't want to interrupt. I know I wanted to make sure that this is not like a wonder pill. You have to really take this in addition to eating right and living a healthier lifestyle as far as trying to exercise, but it will be something that can enhance your health, and also it can help you to avoid certain health problems that you're prone to. Is that correct? I want to make sure I'm saying it right because I don't want to
100%.
mislead anyone. We're not medical professionals.
No, we're not doctors, 100%. So, like I said earlier, I have done every diet under the sun. So, what I learned if you inherit the FTO gene, the worst thing you could do is do a keto type diet. You need to
Mm.
go Mediterranean, okay? So, what I had done was I went more Mediterranean. I listened to what they said. And I've always exercised. I'm always athletic. I'm always moving around. I don't even sit and watch TV at night. I don't know what I do, but I'm always moving. Okay. And for me, like I said, I was doing it all the right way, and it still took 8 months for my body to heal on the inside
Hmm.
before I started seeing difference. But let me tell you, I went from a size 16 to a 10.
I love it.
I
And
mean,
this also was in addition to what you said in the beginning, when we just talked, privately, that you were saying that there's some type of pre-detox that comes with this.
so the way the system works is you order your DNA kit, which
Hmm.
comes with a cheek swab. Okay, so you swab both cheeks. You send that into our lab that's located in Texas. While you're waiting for that report that I just showed you, you're going to actually start on what we call pre-trition. And
Okay.
that's like the base product that's in your customized formula. And it's got some great stuff in there, prebiotics, probiotics. So it's going to do a very gentle cleanse,
Yes.
not running to the bathroom and all of that for the most part. But it's really, people like I started sleeping. I had not slept in so many years. I can't even begin to tell you.
Okay.
I
First of all, Brenda, I haven't had not have any sleep in 5 years. Just I have a 5 year going on 6.
you need nutrition. Let me tell you. 2 weeks
Let
in,
me get that. Let me get that supplement now.
I started sleeping 8 hours a night.
Oh wow! Is it because your body is actually working more efficiently?
It is. It
That
is.
is amazing. I feel like you have really enlightened me. I mean, when we got off the phone, I
Mm.
was like, where has Brenda been all my life? Because honestly, I can say for myself that I don't have any like health conditions present. I'm not taking any medicine for, anything that is, in our history of our family. Diabetes is something that is pretty prevalent in our family, high blood pressure, cholesterol. I mean, of course, just when I speak from my own experience, just high stress levels and, anxiety and things of that nature, that you feel like you've tried so many different things. And then, when you go to the doctors, they just want to push medicine, medicine, medicine. So I like that you're trying to take a more natural approach with something that can actually help you, and it works from the inside out. I love that. This just seems like a refreshing, product to actually get to do a little bit more research on, because at the end of the day, right now, nobody wants to be on pills for the rest of their life. Nobody wants to be, immobile once they get older. I know me, I had a child late in life. Like, I want to keep up with her. I want to be able to, get out there and run around like the young people do. But mama is tired. I'm tired, Brenda. Look.
Well, that's a good thing because if we checked your CoQ10 energy, which happens to be another one of the genes,
Right.
you get supplements that would help you with that.
I need that. And I'll
I
tell you right here too on air, because we talked about this and I wanted to apologize because I said, I usually do my due diligence. I try to order something before and test it out before I actually, interview someone if they have a product. And when I started reading into it, I was like, this is amazing. But I was off for 2 weeks off the air, and I was kind of, just doing family stuff, and it kind of got beside me. But I do want to tell you that I am going to try your product, and I want to do the DNA because I feel like, just like you said, you've tried everything, but it just doesn't necessarily work. And I would like to know a little bit more from, my DNA perspective. Like, what is it that I'm missing? Our doctors, they do just about as much as they can, but what can you do, without going to the extent of, I mean, I'm not sure what type of doctor did you see? Was it a nutritionist? Was it an endocrinologist? Or just
So
your regular
I've
doctor?
really, for the most part, I've always been extremely healthy. Other than orthopedic stuff, I've always hurt myself.
Yeah,
I'm very athletic, and I've had surgery after surgery. I deal with chiropractors. I was seeing an acupuncturist, and I also see a functional neurologist. That's
right,
like my guru doctor. Um, and they were the ones together, where we decided that this is, the path that I should go down. And it's just been fascinating because I've never been on medication. You know,
right.
the only medication I was actually taking was anti-inflammatory meds and painkillers at some points. That's how bad I was.
Mm,
Uh, couldn't sleep, but I wasn't going to go down that Ambien road or anything like that. You
exactly.
know, I'm not like that. I'm watching my husband taking all these pills, and I'm like, I got to get him off of this stuff too, because you got to take one to counteract the side effects. Like,
Right.
here's a perfect example, okay? CoQ10. Everybody takes CoQ10 because as we age, right, our bodies start depleting. Now, if you add statins for cholesterol to your regimen, that really depletes your CoQ10. So they tell you to take CoQ10. So he was taking up at one point 1,000 milligrams.
What?
But what I learned by doing his DNA, he needs 50 milligrams of ubiquinol, which is what you get when you go to the supermarket or Costco.
Huh.
But there's also a form of CoQ10 called ubiquinone. Now, today I was in Sprouts. I don't know if you have a Sprouts by you, but it's
We
more
do, yeah.
store. And I went to the shelf to look for ubiquinone. They have all the ubiquinol, but they do not have any form of ubiquinone. Well, my husband gets 50 of each.
Hmm. So
Amazing.
you're these are different natural supplements or plant-based supplements that you may not be able to get access to. You may be able to find it online, but you're not going to get the combination that you need and the milligrams that is required for you. And
Exactly.
honestly, I think the DNA report actually takes the guesswork out of it, because the results will tell you you need this many milligrams, you need this particular supplement, this. And
Mhm.
just say, for instance, and this is a true story, like I felt like I was being, tired a lot. So I just took it upon myself over the counter and just went and got a whole bunch of B12. Well, I just went for my regular blood work, and I didn't say anything to my doctor, and she was like, "Are you taking like B12 over the counter?" I'm like, "Why?" And she was like, "Because it is too high." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So one of
So
the genes that
exactly, you could be overdoing it yourself. So,
too much of a good thing is not always good.
exactly.
You can even vitamin D
Right.
can cause toxicity in your body. If you're taking too much of anything, it's too much toxicity, and that's what was happening to me. And that's why that
Mhm.
first month on the nutrition, you're detoxing. Okay, one of
Nice.
the genes we actually test is detox, vitamin B12. Okay, do
Right.
you know that if you get, especially somebody that suffers from depression, vitamin B12 is depression and anxiety.
What? So if it's low, then you have a higher rate of it?
Yes.
Wow, that is amazing. And
Hmm.
so, you know what, Brenda, I really, really want to get the word out. I definitely want to try this, and I'm going to bring you back. I want to bring you back after either I get my DNA results, or whenever maybe in 4 months, after like the first 4 months, when you get your first like maybe milestone of it actually working for you. But I love the fact that you are spreading the word and getting it out there. And the reason why I definitely wanted you to be on my podcast is because I want my brothers and sisters, my African American, or my black and brown, supporters to be able to hear this, because I think it's important. For knowledge is power. That's one thing. And two, with so many things going on right now, health is wealth. If you're not healthy, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. It does not matter what car you drive, what house you live in. It doesn't matter. If you're not healthy, you can't be any good for anyone else. So I just wanted to really, kind of be an advocate for your product, because I just thought it was amazing, first of all. Second of all, your testimony. I mean, you have the testimony that really supports it. You're not only, supporting this by selling it. It's not just your business, but you're actually using your own product. And your husband, in his particular testimony, that honestly, to me, that is amazing, that you're able to represent something that you're actually, believing yourself. So I thought
Hmm.
that was very important, and I wanted to personally say that I want to do everything that I can to be healthy, and to, maybe there's something on that DNA report that I wasn't aware of, that you could be saving some lives you didn't realize.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yes. So, I mean, can you just say now before we come to the end? Because it's been like the quickest 30 minutes I ever had, but I really have enjoyed the conversation with you. Just tell everyone how they can reach out to you. I did put on the ticker your
yeah.
link tree. which goes to all of your links, but then I also will put it in the chat. But just tell people, like, if they want to reach you or how can they find out more about your product. Just take this last few minutes to just, let everybody know how they can get in touch with you about, at least the DNA portion of it.
No, absolutely. So you can reach me at Linktree, Linktree slash Brenda Rower. That has my website, it has my phone number, my email address, but really just call me, text me, 631-834-1295. I'm right there. I answer my calls, I answer my text messages. Reach out to me, we'll set up a one-on-one. I'll explain more in detail about the whole program. I mean, I didn't even, because we only had some time, but we also do a weight management test. We do
Well,
a,
if you have time, because I don't want to hold you up, but if you have time, you can talk about that.
so we also have a weight management DNA test where we check 20 different genes for your weight management issues.
Wow.
And it's not just weight loss. Think about it. There is, believe it or not, there is a population that has to gain weight or manage their weight. Okay.
I wish I
Uh,
was in that population.
Yeah, that's a small percentage in my eyes, but but yeah, so we do actually have a weight management DNA test where we also can supplement you, customize supplements to give you adrenal support, hormone support, um, strictly for your weight.
So, do
So
you have to do two different DNA tests for that? Like, is there one? It's like one for weight management and one for just overall.
they are two separate tests, and they are two separate. So, like for instance, we have for the weight management, we have what's called Prime, and this is the AM, and we also have a PM.
Hmm.
And so you're getting different types of support, different types of the day, okay, depending on how our bodies work. So we have that available also. Um, we also have a skin DNA report, and we also have a sports and fitness one, which for me was really great because makes sense as to why I've had all these surgeries, injuries and endurance levels and muscular levels.
Hmm.
You can actually, like, think about it. If you're working out with a trainer, you can say, here's my DNA test. This is what they found. So this is what we need to work with.
That's awesome because I think you won't waste so much time trying to figure it out. You already have, like you said, the blueprint, and then you can get straight to it. And honestly, you can take that DNA test to your doctor. You can take it to your doctor and say, "Hey, I'm on these medications, but this is showing where I'm lacking or I need other, supplements." So maybe and also too, I would, just put this disclaimer out there that if you really want to consult with your doctor, depending on your medical conditions about
Hmm.
this, maybe just start with the DNA test. And I'm just speaking from just, being from my air of caution because everyone is different. Maybe start with the DNA test and then show that to your physician about what it's showing if you
Yeah.
need more clarification. But I really do trust the science. And I know some people are really, looking for an alternative, especially if they are taking a lot of medication. So I am so glad that I met you and I am so excited for your business. I think you're doing a great work right now and you're probably without even knowing affecting so many people's lives. And honestly, like I said, health is wealth. And if we can promote that, then I think that we can start doing the work from the inside out. And it's going to make a difference in some people's lives. So I really appreciate you, Brenda, being with me tonight. And I am putting your info, I put your link tree in the chat so people can actually just click on the link. I want everyone that is watching this video to please share, like, honestly, just if you have loved ones that are dealing with certain things, at least share this so that they can, make a decision for themselves. But if they have questions, they're more than welcome to reach out to you, Brenda. And your phone number, it's okay for it to be called and also text. Okay. So once again, that's scrolling through the ticker, and I will put it in the chat, her phone number. If anyone has any questions, she will definitely be available. You are so amazing. I love your story. And I just wish you the best with everything that you're doing right now. And I hope that, in the future, we will come back again And I want to have a testimony as well. I want you to really, like, break it down for me what it is that I'm dealing with, and what I can be, what I can do to help prolong certain things that I know are in my DNA. So I am excited about the future, and you just gave me some hope, girl, because I think I'm gonna get some sleep here in the near future. That is wonderful.
Let's do it, Moon. We're gonna
Let's
get
do
you.
it, Brenda. Yes, ma'am. So you have a great rest of your Saturday. And I just wanted to let you know we'll be connecting again. And everyone that's watching, you watch out for Brenda in the future. We will come back together again once I get my DNA results. So you have a good evening. Thank you again for watching Pipe Dreams and Pearls podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and we're trying to get this YouTube together, but we definitely on YouTube too. All right. So you have a good night. Thank you so much, and be blessed. Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great
You're
night.
welcome. Bye bye.